And welcome to McGonigle Hall, where the Temple Owls have won 27 consecutive games, the third longest streak of its kind in the nation. Strangely, they had a 27-game streak broken almost exactly 10 years ago by the LaSalle Explorers of Mo Connolly and Michael Brooks. Tough place to play, Eddie.
Oh, very difficult place to play. The fans are right on top of you. You'll see the backdrop there. But Temple is very good in this place. And I think a lot of people coming in said LaSalle, nationally ranked, they're the favorite. They're not. Temple is the favorite. I really believe LaSalle's coming in as the underdog because Temple is an improved basketball team. Plus, they are almost impossible to beat at this arena.
And when John Chaney has 10 days to repair, often he has some things in his bag. Meantime, LaSalle got their national ranking with a marvelous December streak. As expected, they got off to the early start. The 21-point win over DePaul really alerted the nation as to what this LaSalle Explorer team could do.
And the one game on that list, Speedy was very happy, was at the bottom one against Florida. Very talented team. They went out and took it to him, won the Sugar Bowl Classic in New Orleans. So they're very happy with that win. He didn't feel they were playing that well up to that game. Again, he agrees this is the biggest test.
Of course, Temple always plays that tough out-of-conference schedule. They find themselves at 4-3, a one-point win over Pennsylvania. I guess the loss that Temple fans couldn't really stick with was the Penn State loss, and they lost on national TV against Illinois, and a real huge win over Duquesne. So they're trying to find their level, I guess.
Well, they are, and as you mentioned, they've had a nice break since December 23rd when they beat Duquesne. They've had a lot of time, and they have improved in the gym, so let's see what happens. All the marbles are on the night.
Again, LaSalle should have the better quickness. The Owls have the superior size, the early game story. Now, cross court we go. John McAdams has our starting lineups for tonight.
McGonigle Hall. This evening's game is a Philadelphia Big Five City Series game featuring the LaSalle University Explorers and the Temple University Owls. Let's meet the starting lineups. First for the Explorers. At a forward position, a senior 6 feet, 7 inches tall from Philadelphia, number 22, Lionel Simmons. At the other forward, a sophomore, 6 feet, 6 inches tall from Lidditz, Pennsylvania, number 25, Jack Hurd. At the center spot, a sophomore, 6 feet, 9 inches tall from Amsterdam, the Netherlands, number 44, Milko Lievers. At the guards, a junior, 6 feet, 3 inches tall from Philadelphia, number 11, Doug Overton. And at the other guard, a sophomore, 6 feet tall from Philadelphia, number 14, Randy Woods. The head coach of LaSalle University Explorers in his 4th season is Bill Speedy Morris. And for the Temple University Owls, at a forward, a freshman 6 feet, 9 inches tall from Atlanta, Georgia, number 13, Mark Strickland. At the other forward, a freshman 7 feet tall from Washington, D.C., number 35, Donald Hodge. At the center spot, a junior, also 7 feet tall from the Queens, New York, number 31, Duane Causwell. At the guards, a junior, 6 feet, 5 inches tall from Saginaw, Michigan, number 12, Mark Macon. And at the other guard, a sophomore, 6 feet, 8 inches tall from Philadelphia, number 15, Mick Kilgore. The head coach of the Temple University Owls in his 8th season is John Chaney. The officials for this evening's game, Tim Higgins, along with Mickey Crowley and Jerry Donaghy.
Terrific refereeing crew we have on hand tonight, led by Mickey Crowley. These two teams have met. This is the 80th meeting between the Temple Owls and the LaSalle Explorers. Temple leads it 46-33. They've won 8 of the last 10 and the last 5 in a row.
Larry, we talked about an away game at McGonigle Hall, but you look at the LaSalle bench there. Overton, Woods, Lionel Simmons, Jackie Hurd from Lancaster. They played a lot of basketball, especially the Philadelphia kids. When they got into leagues, organized basketball, they went to the Sunny Hill basketball leagues in Philadelphia and all their games here at McGonigle. So they're used to these baskets. It's a good backdrop for shooting the basketball. So I look for LaSalle to be comfortable because they played on this floor a lot.
And Randy Woods was an MVP in the Sunny Hill League. Jackie Hurd from upstate said he started coming here in 10th grade. He considers himself a city kid just about, at least in terms of experience on these hardwoods. And also a little emotional difference. I wonder how you feel about that. LaSalle plays with a lot more apparent emotion on the floor.
Well, something's going to give, and that's why they played the game. So we'll see. The last 3-4 years, it's been Temple.
It'll be Strickland at 6'9", jumping center against Lionel Simmons. Lionel does not chew tobacco. That is a swollen gum from an abscessed tooth that's been bothering him for a couple of days. But the coaching staff feels that once the game warms up, he should as well. Strickland controls to Causwell. And we see man-to-man, Eddie.
Yeah, they're going to see. They're going to try to post up low if they can a little bit. Can't go for the steals on Macon, though.
Goes on Simmons and misses short. Quick outlet. Randy Woods ahead of the pack. Mark Macon ran him down. And Woods just steals off a Hodge.
Well, that's a bad sign for Temple, though, that they let LaSalle get on a transition basket. All week, I know John Chaney's been saying, get back on defense, and right there, LaSalle got down quickly.
And the Temple matching up, and a throwaway, Woods for Hurd. And Speedy up and vocal on Randy Woods.
Yeah, because I think every possession is going to be important. I think Temple's going to try to keep this game in the low 70s if they can.
Great little defensive move, Jackie Hurd to drop off and swing around and strip the pass to Strickland. Doug Overton down the lane. That was short. Speedy wants goaltending. I think that would have been short.
I got to see that again, though.
Speedy can't believe it.
Well, the penetration against Temple right through the zone, Doug Overton, Speedy Morris and his whole staff are not happy.
Well, we'll save that one. We're still scoreless a minute in. Welcome to Big 5 basketball, 1990 style. Cross the lane. Good interior look for Strickland, and Milko Levers the block and the foul.
But Duane Causwell got triple teamed that time. Made a good decision to find Mark Strickland wide open. Went up hard. Levers got him.
That was on number 44, Milko Levers. That is his first personal foul. Team's first.
Strickland's only been to the foul line 11 times, only made 4, 36% early on. Not even close, and we're still scoreless.
And that's the problem on offense, too, because John Chaney likes the 3 guys out shooting the ball. Mark Strickland struggling from the free-throw line and his outside shot.
Has not made a three-pointer yet this year. Misses 2. Macon steals the rebound. And here's Mick Kilgore with 6-7 inches on Overton off the screen for Macon.
And a good set by Temple there. Mark Macon was patient, used the double screen. You saw Overton try to come out. Jackie Hurd, but couldn't reach him in time.
Woods from deep. Randy Woods not shy. That is 59th three-pointer in 7+ ball games. Overton commits for the steal. Kilgore can't get it. And Woods the strip.
Again, right away, LaSalle, their same style, going for the steal. They gave up the jumper to Kilgore. With the shooting percentage of Temple, one thing you do want to give up is the outside shot. You don't want him to go inside.
Temple shooting only 26% from three-point range.
2-3 zone straight on out-of-bounds play by LaSalle.
On the baseline is Hodge. Causwell climbs the back.
But that is a good shot there for Donald Hodge on the baseline against the zone. He's going at one of the big guys, Causwell or Hodge. Are going to have to go out and hit the jumper. That was a good shot.
Do you expect to see LaSalle full-court press against the Temple guards?
Yeah, I expect to see him a little bit of pressure, trying just to wear Temple down a little bit. Not going, they would love to see Temple in a running match with them, but they're not going to get in a running match. Temple just won't allow that. Down here, so far, you've seen they're going to get the outside shots. If you're going to play zone, it's tough to match up when you have 4 shooters in Overton, Hurd, Randy Woods, and Lionel Simmons. They only have 1 guy inside, so there's 3 guys covering 4 offensive players. Lionel
says it's the 2 up. He's on the wing.
You can see Levers is the only guy inside.
Simmons for 3.
Now, if you're John Chaney, you'd rather have Lionel Simmons shooting a 3 than inside. So, again, you can't take everything away from LaSalle.
Oh, bad pass, Mick Kilgore. And he's getting the evil eye early from John Chaney, staring holes in his back.
Both teams are awfully pumped up right now. Temple knows this is a big one, coming against a ranked team into their own gym.
Overton hacked by Macon 21 feet away.
Again, I just think Temple right now is so excited, they're not thinking. John Chaney wants him to cover the outside shot. Right there, Mark Macon decided to leave Overton, then tried to rush back and got a foul. You can't leave Doug Overton open because he's going to shoot the basketball.
Overton, a first-team All-Metro Atlantic performer a year ago out of Dobbins. Played with Kimball and Gathers, or Gathers as he's now called. Hank and Bo and Loyola-Marymount, which we will see on Prism tomorrow night. Jack Ramsey, Jim Barniak at 8 o'clock, the reopening of the field house tomorrow. 8 o'clock here on Prism. He'll be with us for that. Strickland may have got away with a walk. Hodge, good ball fake. Hello!
Again, nice movement by Donald Hodge on the low base. Strickland caught him. We said before, he puts the ball on the floor. One good, hard power dribble.
And Hodge is coming, having sat out the year. Extends all the way out on line L. The skip pass finds Randy Woods.
Yeah, that's nice ball movement. Again, one thing LaSalle's been this year maybe a little bit selfish. Tonight, right there on that play, 3-4, nice passes, got the open Woods.
Selfish meaning taking the first available
shot, exactly.
Good job slowly executing against pressure. Macon one-on-one now with Doug Overton. Oh, the board belonged to Temple, Eddie. That's Strickland off the offensive glass.
Well, what hurt them there was that Strickland got the rebound because, again, when Macon catches the ball, let's see if we can watch Jackie Hurd. Jackie Hurd, you'll see right away. He shows himself, double team. Where's the weak side rebound? That's Lionel Simmons' fault not to take that weak side rebounder because Hurd's left his man in Strickland.
He has one shot.
So Macon creates even when he misses. Strickland back on the foul line, 0 for 2. Had a good summer here. 0 for 3 on the foul line. Now we're tied at 6.
You have two stars, Mark Macon for Temple, Lionel Simmons for LaSalle. So both coaches are aware they're giving something up. Can the other teams capitalize on what's there for them?
Temple extends their defense out a little higher. Good look for Jackie Hurd. Has the layup. Another added dimension from Lionel Simmons. Great little bounce pass.
And that's interesting because Hurd snuck inside with the big guys, Hodge and Causwell, made a nice catch on the basketball.
Temple executes very well against zone trap, but they don't look to score off.
Well, if Mark Macon gets the ball in the middle, it's over. That right there, Causwell can't put the ball on the floor, but if they can get Macon one-on-one in the middle of the floor, they'll have to get out of that trap.
Hodge is posted, turns to the middle, drop step, short. Again, the offensive board is Temple's, and Jack Hurd the foul.
Keys to the game for LaSalle tonight was, A, shoot the basketball. B, they must rebound. And already, Temple is getting that second shot. You've got to be worried with the big guys at Temple. You've got to hold them as much as you can to one shot.
Here's Strickland leaving for Michael Harden. Michael, a more traditional point guard. Jackie Hurd with 2 fouls already, by the way.
And with the lineup LaSalle has in there, I think that's a good move on John Chaney's part to put a Harden in there because they really play with 3 guards.
And Michael averages many more minutes than Strickland, close to 30. Macon three-pointer long. Offensive board, Kilgore. Another board, Kilgore, stripped by Simmons, controlled Bobby Johnson, who just checked in. And there's a block foul. Cheapy out front on Michael Harden.
Michael Harden trying to stop the penetration of Doug Overton out by the three-point line. Good move to come all the way out. Got him with the body.
Not a whole lot of room for cheerleaders here in McGonigle Hall on the baseline. Referees have moved both squads once already. Here's Overton. Dribble drive for Woods. Milko levers the tip. Another tip, another.
Well, John Chaney cannot be happy at all. Milko Levers just got unlucky there. He had 3 opportunities to put the ball back in the basket.
2-man game with Macon and Hodge. The screens for Harden.
See, now Bobby Johnson's covering Michael Harden. He'll slough off and try to help with Mark Macon.
There's exactly what you said, and it worked to perfection for a Randy Woods layup. Good job, Coach.
Well, it's pretty easy because every team is sloughed off either Harden or Strickland, and they're going to double team. And who are you going to double team? Mark Macon. Again, nice hands by Randy Woods. Very quick individual.
Here's Macon getting it out of the set.
See, now, I think if they could, to try to get Macon in the middle, have Harden and Kilgore come bring it up, let Macon start the middle. If you get the ball into Mark Macon in the middle, that zone defense that LaSalle's running will be broken down by his quickness.
Really the only true breakdown player on John Chaney's squad. From the perimeter, it's Kilgore, short. Rebound is Levers, hammered by Hodge.
Not a good shot selection right there by Mick Kilgore. A little bit more patience. He's pumped up. Again, we have to talk. Mick Kilgore is from West Philadelphia.
Yep.
He's played against Lionel Simmons from Southern High, Doug Overton, Bobby Johnson. So this is a real big game, inter-city matchup. He's got to calm down.
Here's Bron Holland, 6'8", 240-pound Bron Holland. A transfer from St. Bonaventure out of Bangor, Pennsylvania. And he is indeed a banger. Add some more bulk.
Now Temple is in a 2-3 zone. So now they'll have two out front. You'll see three LaSalle players try to attack those two.
Johnson's for three.
See, the problem is you play zone. Something has to give up. You'll put 3 against 2. And I think they like to shoot here. I think the backdrop's good for these kids because they play in that Sunny Hill League all summer long. They're not afraid to shoot the ball here at McGonigle.
LaSalle an early 7-point lead, and Temple has had trouble scoring points. They don't want to get into a shootout. Macon is posted with Bobby Johnson.
Causwell hasn't got the ball much down low.
Speedy wants an elbow. Instead, he'll get Mark Macon stepping over the baseline. Turnover Temple. 5 early turnovers on the Temple Owls. So round 1 belongs to LaSalle Explorers. They hold a 7-point lead at McGonigle Hall.
Director Steve Atkinson on a new challenge.
Yeah, we're having a problem with the car. It sounds like...
It don't sound like that. It's...
At Meineke, we can't always tell what's wrong with a car by the sound of the customer, but we can tell a lot from our free under-car inspection. We check your exhaust system, shocks, brakes, and more at no charge. We'll show you what's wrong and what's right. Then you'll know the price before any work begins.
You have a muffler for this.
So bring your car to Meineke. We'll give you a lift without taking you for a ride.
Here's the last stop on our tour.
The Fountain of Youth.
This one's on me.
How about a nice cold bud, young man?
I love this job.
Tomorrow night, it's Kimball, Gathers, and Westhead as Loyola-Marymount brings their high-scoring show east to reopen the rebuilt, refurbished St. Joseph's Fieldhouse. You know, we were looking at a 1961 St. Joe team picture today at Prism. Jack Ramsey was coach. Jimmy Lynham, Jimmy Boyle on the team, also coaches. That man, Paul Westhead, on the right of your screen. And the assistant coach was Jack McKinney.
Well, they're too old, though, to play tomorrow night, especially when Loyola-Marymount pushes up the court. Those guys couldn't have a chance. St. Joe better get some new sneakers for that game tomorrow night.
Westhead redefining the sport.
Hey, Larry, how about 5 turnovers for Temple in a little over 6 minutes? I mean, they don't have 10 a game.
Right.
They got 6 already. Again, quickness of LaSalle. Randy Woods has caused a lot.
LaSalle averages forcing the opposition to turn it over 20 times. Good in and out for Overton's 3. Bron Holland keeps it alive for Randy Woods.
The long rebound from the three-pointer there. Again, 4 guys on the side, outside Temple zone.
Causwell chasing Simmons. Good off-the-ball move, Lionel puts it on the floor poorly, though, and re-thrown away by Mark Macon. The open man is Woods, steps back for 3. And Michael Hart in the floorboard. Kind of a frenetic pace thus far. And that'll be available for Donald Hodge if the Owls showing up patience.
Well, the penetration by Mick Kilgore, he might have gone a little too far into the LaSalle zone, but he got away with it because they came and covered him, and Donald Hodge got the easy 2. 13-8, LaSalle lead.
Donald Hodge extending the defense to the three-point line. Foul. Kilgore.
I don't think John likes that one at all.
John wants the elbow foul on Bobby Johnson. Some great individual matchups as you look on the floor. I know they're playing the zone, but Johnson and Kilgore's another great matchup. A couple of tall string beans. Overton's open. Macon's rebound.
Great matchup here. Randy Woods, defensive specialist, quickness against Mark Macon, the All-American for Temple. And they're pushing and shoving. They're talking a little bit to each other. So it's a good one. Well, watch this. Something can happen in this matchup.
Good penetration, hard, and Causwell not expecting the pass. It was tipped, however.
But again, the bounce pass there by Michael Harden completes the whole play. I mean, very good penetration to get by LaSalle. He could have had an easy 2 for Causwell.
Causwell trapped in the air, finds Macon. Hodge the dribble drive, the dish. Out of bounds off Causwell. Turnover Temple.
Well, that was a nice 2-man game there by Hodge. Again, Hodge can show he's 7 foot for the people out there. He puts the ball twice on the ground, makes a nice pass to Causwell. Causwell's got to turn and go to the basket.
Uncharacteristic for the Al Big people to be passing the basketball. John usually likes them to take the shot.
Well, they have to because LaSalle's extending their defense so much on the guards, just taking it away from them.
Johnson's 3. Rims out. Bron Holland, tough board. And Lionel walks. Turnover number 3 on LaSalle as Speedy turns his back. Speedy very excited before the game tonight. This one he wants real bad.
Little 2-2-1 pressure, and they trap first pass. Now LaSalle will go back either in a man. They'll go back to their man-to-man.
Woods the overplay allows Macon the layup.
Well, the problem right there was that when you're covering Mark Macon, Randy Woods, you can't help. He tried to help when the Mick Kilgore penetration got burned when they got it to Mark Macon.
Simmons hits the paint hard. Again, Lionel playing with an abscessed tooth. And it's not been much of a factor, just one shot. Here's his second shot of the night. It's a 3 and it's perfect.
Causwell's coming all the way out from the basket. He respects Bobby Johnson. Again, when you're playing the zone, you can't take 4 people away from the perimeter. LaSalle has 4 shooters out there. Lionel Simmons gets it from 3.
Lionel will pass the 1,100 rebound plateau this evening. Needs just a pair. And is closing in on Michael Brooks as the all-time leading scorer in LaSalle's long, storied basketball history. Has 6 tonight. Now Causwell turns with nowhere to go. Macon from the corner. Got it. Big shot, Mark Macon.
And again, a nice look by Duane Causwell. Caught the ball, turned, faced the basket, see what he had, and got Mark Macon the points.
This one's starting to heat up now.
That's going to be a great one.
High post, Bron Holland. Overton wide open, short. Causwell, good tough board. And the out look to run. See if they pull it out. Donald Hodge just stripped by Doug Overton. Turnover number 8 on Temple. Overton out of control. Almost got the 15-foot runner, Bron Holland.
That's going to be goaltending.
It's got to be a goaltend. Yes, it is.
Yeah, that was not a good play by Duane Causwell in that play. They got to let it go up. Let's see. It's not a good decision by him. There's the shot by Overton. Let's see if Bron Holland gets off with a little push. Not much. Now we'll go up with a hook shot. Hodge gets him, and right there you got it off the glass.
Donald Hodge now with 2 fouls. See if John Chaney pulls them. And he will, as Ernest Pollard out of Roman Catholic High School will come in.
You know, Bron Holland, again, you would even say it's a good offensive move where he got away with one. He put that offhand, the left arm up, created the contact with Hodge, and the referee called it his way.
Misses. Rebound Macon.
So now with this lineup, Ernest Pollard can score. He's not the threat rebounding or blocking shots that Donald Hodge is, though.
5-second count running on Harden, just finds Kilgore. The post is Causwell. Randy Woods double teaming. And Mickey Crowley's got a whistle. Bobby Johnson to reach in.
You had a triple team there as Bobby Johnson left his man. Woods left his man. Again, Randy Woods cannot leave his man because it's Mark Macon. He could get burned if Randy Woods tries to help out his teammates a little bit here.
Macon right off the inbounds. Lionel will lead the break himself. Finds his high school teammate Bobby Johnson, the runner down the lane. Johnson his own board. Block Causwell. Foul though on the floor from Ernest Pollard.
And that was real clean block by Duane Causwell, but Pollard again got him on the line. You see these shots with a wild shot here, penetration, hard shot, but Bobby Johnson follows the flight of the ball. He knows it's going to come off left. Harden just can't come down with it. Bobby Johnson comes back up, gets fouled in the body, right there on the arm by Pollard.
Here's Bobby. Bob Johnson missed his senior season at Southern due to academic problems. Was brought in by Lefty Irvin, given a scholarship off what he had done as a junior, and has turned out to have quite a career as instant offense for Speedy Morris.
2-2-1, full court pressure, just to slow them down. They'll try to trap. As soon as Temple comes past half court, they'll try to trap right away.
And the basketball goes to Causwell 20 feet out, and so you're not going to really have to pay for your trap defense.
Right, not at all. You get the guard to step over half court, you can trap him right away. You can right there. They'll do it all night if Temple doesn't try to attack it.
Two-man game. Kilgore with Causwell. No double team, so the jumper.
That's a nice move by Duane Causwell. Caught the ball, did not get help. Ron Holland got no help from his teammates. It's tough to stop the big guy.
First bucket of the night for Duane.
Look where this defense is. It's all the way out.
Lionel, the lovely little slashing move down the paint.
And that's what's going to happen. They got to know where Lionel Simmons is, because if the defense is going to be extended that far, the middle's going to be open, and no one cuts to the basketball better than Lionel Simmons to get the ball.
LaSalle holding 7. Again, they use Causwell to break the trap.
See, now Overton is just leaving his man, Mark Macon. Let's see if Lionel Simmons helps out.
Causwell turns baseline. Good little body, though, by Bron Holland to keep him aside. It's 3-on-2. Bob Johnson from behind the line. Holland another board. And fakes Ernie Pollard into the air and winds up on the foul line.
Is he going to get 2 shots here?
I'd assume. Yes.
Again, the three-point opportunity. Temple must check out men. They can't go to the basket. You can see the long rebound there. Ron Howard is in good shape there. He fakes it. Howard says you're supposed to go the other way.
2 fouls on Ernie. So Sean Randolph, who played an awful lot a year ago, the junior who played with Mark Macon at Saginaw, Michigan, and has only played 3 minutes all year this season after starting a lot of games last year, is into the basketball game.
Larry, I don't think this will really hurt with Sean Randolph coming in. The way he can get up and down the floor. LaSalle's not a real big team, so he'll be able to bang in the boards with the LaSalle Explorers.
Of course, John Chaney uses the end of the first half as kind of a survival mode when he has a little bit of foul difficulty, as he's doing right now. And Wilco Levers comes back. Ron Holland gave Speedy a good deal, a good physical presence inside. A lot of offensive board work. And the lead is at 9. Longest of the night belongs to the LaSalle Explorers. Macon from 12. Can't get the roll. Bobby Johnson over the back of Mark Strickland. So when Duane Causwell makes a quick pass off the trap and finds Macon, then Macon come right at you.
Well, again, and I keep making the point, when you're going half-court trap, it'd be wonderful if they can get the ball to that man for Mark Macon for the Temple Out fans. Right there, he got the ball where he's one-on-one. When he's one-on-one, he's going to go by you most of the time.
Here he is off a Causwell screen. Goes on Bob Johnson. Rounded out. Rebound, Causwell.
But that is a real nice shot by Macon. It just didn't go down, but he had a nice shot. Again, Causwell's there to put it back in. 24-17, LaSalle over Temple.
Kind of a 3-2 matchup look. Randy Woods from distance.
You can't cover it. They can't cover every option LaSalle if they're going to keep firing the three. Temple's going to have to make a decision sometime. It's early in the game, but they may have to come out man-to-man.
The lead is 10. Overton comes to double team. Harden is being ignored. There he is.
See, Michael Harden's going to get his shots. Nick Kilgore's going to get his shot. Strickland, because they're going to double team Macon right away.
Milko, the head fake. Milko Levers gets what we used to call the Ramon Rivas points. Remember, Temple Center scored when they didn't guard him. when they play 5-on-4 and nobody picks up Milko, he'll do some damage that way, obviously.
Well, right there was a transition game. LaSalle forced the issue right there. Temple tried to get back on defense, but again, Lionel Simmons found Milko to use the ball fake.
Milko only 4 for 10 from the free throw line in the early going. Looks to extend a 10-point lead. Short.
One thing is LaSalle has shown is they are very quick. I mean, defensively, they're all over it. When a team like Temple has 8 or 9 turnovers in the first half, that's unheard of.
1 out of 2, Milko's first point of the night. The lead is now 11. Michael Hart wants to take Randy Woods, and Sean Randolph's out of bounds.
Again, Randy Woods caused it with the quickness.
So LaSalle is stretched out to an 11-point lead. We'll take a break. Come right back.
She's all ours.
How about some customers?
Ladies' night.
Great place, guys. Who did your decorating?
It was Thursday. Coming home from the theater, it started.
At Meineke, we can't always tell what's wrong with a car by the sound of the customer, but we can tell a lot from our free undercar inspection. We check your exhaust system, shocks, brakes, and more at no charge. Then you'll know the price before any work begins.
It's so annoying.
So bring your car to Meineke. We'll give you a lift without taking you for a ride.
7, 8, 9, 8.
Well, that's Stefanski. You said at the very top, Randy Woods has no conscience. Look at the depth of this one.
Well, we saw him have some big shots. He beat Penn again when he wasn't shooting the ball well. Right here, again, he's going to shoot the three. Michael Harden has to be aware. Right there with Overton bringing up, he said Mark Macon had him. He has to move over to the next man. That was Woods, and he wasn't there.
The facts and figures on 3 points pretty much in line with the season statistics for both these two teams. LaSalle, the advantage, courtesy of Randy Woods, who has 7. Lionel Simmons with 8. Bob Johnson 5. Holland with 4. With balance for Speedy Morris. And Mark Macon has about half of Temple's points. And a seat on the bench right now.
Temple in the 3-2 matchup, trying to match up with the 4 guys outside now. LaSalle, they still have the 4. Let's see, Bobby Johnson, he goes back out. So there's 4 guys outside for LaSalle, 1 inside, Milko Weaver.
Shot clock inside 20, perhaps for the first time tonight. At least on this end of the floor. And now they'll go with 10. Milko's posted. Drop step on Causwell. Did well to get into the glass, and Milko commits the foul.
So that's what Speedy does not want that to happen. Got the ball inside, but Milko Weaver is not a real good offensive player, especially against Duane Causwell. Tried the baby hook, didn't run. When Duane Causwell has the rebound, you cannot foul him. You have secured, you got to get back on defense. Not a good foul by Milko Weaver.
And the Owls now with a double high set, and the screens are for Macon. Here he comes. Goes on Randy Woods. Throws it up wild. And Mark looks like he's trying to...
He's frustrated. He's trying to do it too much. You're right. He makes a good penetration, gets by, but someone has to be open.
Woods for 3. Keep alive. Michael Harden to Duane Causwell.
But sometimes when you make the good penetration, the big guy doesn't show himself. And right there, that might have been the case.
Another double screen set for Mark Macon. Will go on Bobby Johnson. The head fake and the fade. A lovely move out of Mark Macon. Macon 4 of 11 thus far up from the field. Woods has it picked by Michael Harden. And Macon, the crossover. Now fires. Why not? So Randy Woods commits to the steal again.
They went for it. what happened, Mark Macon almost got away with a walk there. He was not under control, finally got his feet under control and hits his 11th point.
And Speedy Morris, the winningest fourth-year coach in college basketball, calls a timeout, seeing the lead whittled away. And a look at John Chaney going over with his bench. Well, LaSalle, the only Philadelphia team ranked in the top 25. There's the Associated Press look. Syracuse and Georgetown out of the Big East. Kansas number 2 after not being ranked at all in the early season. And Illinois now 4th, having beaten Temple a couple of weeks ago.
It's a pretty good number 10 UNLV. I mean, they're tough. Stacey Augman, he might be the best player in the country.
LSU with a pair of 7-footers, not to mention Chris Jackson. Georgia Tech is on fire. LaSalle there you see ranked number 17, 19 in the UPI poll, by the way. Rounding out the top 20. They've gone to a top 25, so it's Memphis State, Alabama, Oregon State, Minnesota, and the team you'll see tomorrow night live on Prism, the Lions of Loyola-Marymount.
Our friend Jim Borniak and Jack Ramsey will have that game.
Yeah, it's got to be interesting to hear exactly what Jack Ramsey will have to say about that one with all of his pupils, the house that Ramsey built, if you will. The field house, of course, predates Jack, but all the great players and coaches to come out of the St. Joe program. And again, Jim Boyle having announced his resignation and going through a very difficult season. Kind of some mixed emotions, if you will. What about the head coaching position there? I got some good rumors. How about you?
I'll leave that up to Don DeJulia, the AD there.
Any interest out of you?
No interest out of me. I'll be back next year.
Barniak always sends color men to the coaching ranks. Maybe I can do the same. 7-point LaSalle lead. Larry Rose and Ed Stefanski with you live from McGonigle Hall. It's a good one. 17th ranked Explorers with the unranked Temple Owls.
One thing John Chaney said in timeout, it looks like they're really coming out and trying to pressure the outside shot.
Simmons from 17 off the front, and Causwell's on the boards. Got 5. And a little mini run for Temple. See if they look down low. Now it's a post up for Macon with Randy Woods. Bad pass. And Mickey Crowley's going to give the basketball to Temple despite the elbow from Mark Macon, the forearm that Doug Overton can't believe.
I don't know, in the NBA there's no force out, right? Right here there's no force out. But when you're playing the playground, you call force out. No foul, but you force me out of bounds. Watch this, a push, he's out of bounds.
Well, if you're not going to call the foul, you got to give Temple the basketball. That's what Mickey Crowley did. Nick Kilgore, who's been silent offensively.
They're looking for Macon all the time right now.
In almost every set, especially with Hodge on the bench.
They're trying to post him up with Woods. Woods is bumping him back.
And Mark's got to come 35 feet out with 9 seconds on the shot clock to get the basketball. So it's all yours, Mark. Do what you want. That's fine.
Wow. All he did was a real nice head fake. And Randy Woods went for it. He kept the dribble on the right-hand side and went up for 3. Here's the dunk.
Alley-oop to Lino. Oh, and some elbows thrown between Macon and Woods as Woods threw the pass and went right up in Mark Macon's face. And you picked that one out earlier.
Oh, they've been jawing and talking and everything so far. We're going to have another one, I'm sure.
Steal by Levers.
This is Big 5 action.
Oh, it sure is, buddy. Bobby Johnson's baseliner, line drive. Knocked out of bounds, Lionel Simmons, no. Nick Kilgore.
And right there, Lionel Simmons had the inside track. His arm came down, but Jerry Dunnicky said that it's down on the Temple Owls, and John Chaney's not really happy with the call.
What a pass from Randy Woods to Lionel Simmons for the alley-oop. Dougie head and shoulders down the lane.
Yeah, that's not good defense there by Nick Kilgore. Even when you're playing in the zone, you're playing man-to-man principles. You have to be in your stance and stop the penetration. He let Doug Overton go all the way in.
So the lead quickly back to 8. Causwell right around Levers, jams.
And that's what you haven't seen a lot of Duane Causwell doing, bringing the ball down the court and trying to dribble it in. A little full court pressure now by Temple against LaSalle.
And a takeaway, Nick Kilgore. Well, Doug Overton, as LaSalle did a poor job of reacting to the immediate pressure.
And that was a good job by John Chaney and staff. That's a surprise. Temple doesn't like the pressure a lot of times. Threw it at it. LaSalle was not ready. Now they're set up for it.
Now they spread the floor efficiently.
Someone's got to show themselves in the middle.
There it is. And a good look, Randy Woods. He'll shoot. Bob Johnson. Block Causwell. Loose ball belongs to half the floor. Possession arrow favors LaSalle. .203 remaining in a well-played first half, Big Five style. The storyline, Temple 9 turnovers, but Mark Macon 14 points to keep them close. And great balanced scoring for Speedy Morris and LaSalle Explorers. Touch pass, Randy Woods over Strickland. Rebound, Mark Macon.
Again, you would not say that was a great shot. Strickland came out. Strickland 6'9" against Randy Woods 5'9". Put the arms up, he shot it over him, but long.
Posted is Causwell, bit outside his range. Puts it on the floor. And is whacked by a doubling down Randy Woods. That's only the first on Woods.
It's hard to believe as much as that kid's over the floor, reaching in, stopping the basketball, he only has one foul. But right there, he came in the double team, but you made a good point there. Causwell's too far out of the basket. You don't have to stop that far out because he's not going to be able to make the move that far from the basket.
Randy Woods, the kind of kid you love on your team and you hate when you're the opposition.
Oh, no way would I want to play against this kid. He just slaps at that ball all the time. He's so quick.
Off the heel. Nice tough board out of Lionel Simmons.
Temple killed themselves on the foul line. They've missed a lot of foul shots.
Strickland missed 3. Around and out. Strickland to make that Macon his 6th rebound. Strickland's missed 3. Causwell's missed 1. And Macon's made a couple. That's their foul line. Again, Ron Holland gets Causwell a little bit further out than he might want. Kind of slow motion here. So Strickland will jam it down. Good job, Duane Causwell, to find the cutter.
Well, Duane Causwell, he recognized the double team, had nowhere to go, and not real good defense by Lionel Simmons. Strickland just ran in and got the layup.
Bobby Johnson's 3. He's off target. Lionel over Holland. Block Strickland, foul Strickland.
Again, what you're always worried about Lionel Simmons, he rebounds the basketball so well on the defense and also the offensive end. There's the pass. Lionel Simmons will now duck inside for the jumper by Johnson. Watch, he goes up quick to the basketball, gets the rebound, goes right up, and let's see Strickland. Not much. Now you got Woods. If we can go back, Woods and Macon are talking referees in the middle there. Now Overton's changed sides with Woods. You don't want Woods and Macon next to each other in the foul line. Don't like each other right now.
That's Mickey Crowley talking to Randy Woods right now. Randy does not seem to want to meet him eye to eye, but he's saying okay. Randy, one of those guys that kind of rolls his eyes at you a little bit. But he's listening with 1:01 remaining first half. There's Randy. Here's the L train. Lionel with his last chance to beat Temple. Misses the first.
Now, if Lionel Simmons makes this, look for full court pressure by LaSalle.
Is that why their guards are?
Yeah, the guards are up, and the big guys, Bobby Johnson and Brian Holland, are all the way down, so they can set up this zone pressure.
And here we'll see it. It's what they call, three-quarter court.
Yeah, half court. They're going to try to trap on the pass half court if they can.
There's the diagonal over the top for making it Kilgore. And Kilgore goes around Brian Holland and throws it away. And winds up with the basketball, and Speedy can't believe it, screaming at Randy Woods. And Randy's answering as they get back in defensive position.
Nick Kilgore's had a tough first half.
Michael Harden down the lane, dishes, knocked out of bounds, belongs to Temple. Now the Owls can hold for 1. There's 1 second between the two clocks, if you will. 36 on the shot, 37 on the game clock. And we'll see if the Owls indeed will hold for 1. There's Johnny Connick, the freshman out of Saginaw, Michigan, replacing Michael Harden for those final 37 seconds. Connick comes off the bench gunning. It's long. Rebound, Kilgore, and 1. Tough board, Nick Kilgore. So John Connick did not seek to run the clock all the way out. Took the immediate wide-open three-pointer, and Mick Kilgore with a chance to bring the Owls within 2. Kilgore's first bucket of the night. There he is, a one-time Mark Ward Award winner in Philadelphia, Public League Player of the Year, out of West Philadelphia High School at 6'8". Got it. And the Owls have made a mini run and closed to within 2. We'll see if LaSalle will hold for one as the crowd chants. We'll count it down with you. Overton with Connick. Buggy will take him. Connick blocks him. And the Owls have 11 to make something happen. It's Mark Macon's basketball. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. And the first half comes to a close with the momentum favoring John Chaney. And the Temple Owls tied at 33. It's everything we advertised it to be, a classic underway here at McGonigle Hall. The Temple Owls were trailing 28-17 with about 4.5 minutes remaining in half number 1. They went on a major run, led of course by Mark Macon, who has 16 first half points, and they got themselves a tie at halftime. Speedy Morris was probably a good deal happier several minutes ago with that double-figure lead, but he's graciously consented to come over and join us. So let's go to Ed Stefanski with Speedy Morris right now.
Speedy had a 10-point lead, now tied at half.
Well, you know, we'll win a game if we come out and we play smart and take good shots. We had some shots we missed, and we just kind of got out of sync. Doug just lost it. The last 5 minutes, if he plays like that, we can't beat this team. We come out the second half, just take our time, and play like we did the first 12, 13 minutes, we can win a basketball game. We should win a basketball game.
Defensively in the first half, you created 10 turnovers for Temple in one half. That's a lot of turnovers.
That's a lot, you know, and I told our kids, you know, we're a team that's forced 20 a game, and our team don't turn over. If we go out and play the way we're capable of, let's see what happens. You know, I was very happy with that. We're playing stupid basketball. Doug's the quarterback, the catalyst. He's totally out of control. That's why we're not winning at halftime.
Well, you're a real sport for coming on.
Thank you.
Okay. Speedy Morris had a 10-point lead, now even. He came on anyway, Larry. Tough assignment tonight.
Yes, indeed. It's Stefanski. Tough assignment, and Speedy tells it like it is. You know, there hasn't been a men's basketball game played in the Delaware Valley since about the 23rd of December when the Owls hosted the Duquesne Dukes. But over the Christmas holidays, while the men were all over the country, it was left to the women of the Big Five to keep the home fires burning. Let's spend a special day with the women of the Big Five.
An intriguing, beguiling day of Big Five basketball with a new tradition. Each year between Christmas and New Year's, the men scatter across the continent. It is left for the women to keep the home fires burning. And this year, on one special day, the sparks were flying.
When the ball's over there, you got to cheat a little bit so you don't get screened. That's the key.
It begins with a title clash in Villanova's holiday tournament. This year, the 5th annual Haviland Classic features the Cats in the title game after beating Lafayette against a talented, athletic Alabama team in the championship. Yet this game would wrap around the talents of one Helen Koskinen, Villanova's unquestioned leader. She entered the contest with 991 career points, and it is only her offense early that keeps the Cats close. And as the first half winds down, Koskinen has her historic moment.
I never did it in high school, so it's something that I didn't really look at it coming into the game saying, yeah, I'm going to score 1,000. I just came in trying to play my game, and in the beginning I was making my shots, and then I went in some drought, and I couldn't make anything, and then I finally got it, and so I don't know, it's just a great honor. You know, I didn't really look in my freshman year saying I have to score 1,000. It's just something that happened.
The Cats had momentum, but Bama's Barbara Ann West heated up from the perimeter, and as the half closed, it was a one-point game.
Job applications for another job.
Early in the second half, Alabama's superior size began to be the storyline. Forward Kendra Willis triggered offense from defense, and the Wildcats must regroup. It is an end-to-end dash like this one from Koskinen, which keeps the Cats close once more.
I mean, without her, we got major problems.
And head coach Harry Peretta proved prophet. Midway through the second half, Koskinen went down with a twisted right ankle. Bama surged while Koskinen sat, the Cats looking bewildered. But retaped, loosened up, Koskinen would return and fuel a dynamic Lady Wildcat stretch effort. With Koskinen settling the floor, Villanova ran flawless half-court sets, a would-be coach's clinic, as Sandy Litkenhouse had her best game as a Cat. And Bishop McDevitt's Rosemary McGarity was consistently able to spot up for soft baseline jumpers.
If we don't execute, we don't have no chance of winning because we can't compete athletically with them. So, you know, we're an execution team anyhow. So when we go out and play those type teams, we have a chance of winning because it's opposite styles. Like, you know, we're looking to slow it down. They're looking to speed it up. But just luckily for us today that our style won out.
And it won out on Helen Koskinen's pure will. This three-point play finally got the Cats within one, before she found Beth Pasick for a jumper and a three-point lead. Then the Lady Cats scored their final 7 points from the foul line to close out a 5-point victory. Pasick and Rosemary McGarity were named to the all-tournament team, and the identity of the MVP was certainly no surprise. It is heroics like this that separate Koskinen as one of the Big Five's best ever.
Notre Dame, 1, 2, 3. Notre Dame! Shoot the ball.
The words of a true Big Five Hall of Famer. From the main line, a quick trip up North Broad Street for a homecoming of sorts. Notre Dame was in town to meet the Temple Owls at McGonigle Hall. A return to Philadelphia for new Big Five Hall of Famer Muffet McGraw, a 1977 graduate of St. Joseph's, an assistant on Hawk Hill to Jim Foster, now leading the Fighting Irish. The vocal McGraw tried to coax her charges, but to no avail. The athletic Owls led virtually from start to finish and closed out a 70-61 victory.
We want to run. We want to run. We want to run. We want to run. And we got to get back. Once again, we're going in the basket every time now. So let's make sure we help Mary out. Make sure we help Mary out. All right, here we go. Now, Lady of Victory, pray for us.
John Miller's Lady Explorers would magically wrap up this special day. The culmination of an 8-team, 3-day, 9-year-old event, the Roman Haas Invitational. The Explorers, the host team, actually seated second behind their championship round opponent, Connecticut.
Connecticut was the team that we defeated last year in the NCAA tournament in the first round up at Connecticut. Connecticut also had everybody back from that team. So I know that Gino told me that this was one of the games that his players had circled really the whole year because they really obviously wanted to come into our tournament and hopefully make the championship round against LaSalle, and hopefully they wanted to beat LaSalle.
And through the course of the evening, it appeared they would. Connecticut's inside power game, fueled by 6'1" Kerry Bascom, provided an 8-point halftime lead. Miller's strategy, run, and use quickness to hopefully wear the Huskies down. A scrappy second half built momentum at Heyman Hall, a true home court advantage. The LaSalle family was out in force. Just off the plane from a Sugar Bowl championship, Speedy Morris and many of his charges were in the house, and the ladies did their former coach proud. Even Nova head coach Harry Peretta, just a couple of hours removed from beating Alabama, was there, scouting the Huskies and supporting his good friend Miller. This filial atmosphere was charged with pure competitive energy as the theme grew in scope. Connecticut, power. LaSalle, quickness and execution. Connecticut's lead had been whittled to a pair when Denise Kahajian forced overtime.
I honestly thought that Connecticut was wearing down for some reason. I don't know why, but we really sensed them wearing down, and I think that the overtime really showed that, the fact that we did score so many points in overtime and really got into our offensive flow, and they had to knock down the shots, and we certainly did.
A quick start in the extra period fueled a 20-9 run, a runaway and hide 83-72 LaSalle victory. Mary Graybush led all scorers with 28, but again it was balance and unselfish play which fueled this victory, LaSalle's third straight tourney title, before the appreciative eyes of friends, family, and fans.
That's why we're successful. That's the kind of people that we have in our program. They play together in order to win, and as far as personal accolades go, it really doesn't bother them. They just want to win the basketball game, and that's what they were thrilled with this evening.
And like Peretta, John Miller leaves the hardwood with trophy in hand. On 3 campuses, 3 distinct neighborhoods, there is pure pride on this night. The boys are back in town now. They should know, though, the women did quite a number, keeping the home fires burning.
It began as a game. It turned into a battle. And now, it's out of control. Bud Bowl 2, coming January 28th. This time, it's war.
At Meineke, your bill won't go up just because your car does. Instead, when you come to Meineke, you get a free undercar inspection. We'll check your exhaust system, shocks, brakes, and more at no charge. If there's no problem, we tell you and send you on your way. If there is a problem, we'll explain it, answer all your questions, and give you the price before any work begins. So bring your car to Meineke. We'll give you a lift without taking you for a ride.
A serial killer has New York City by the throat. 11 murders in 11 months.
Every day it's another girl dead. It's getting so I don't want to get up in the morning.
They need a tough cop.
Listen.
What?
The wine. It's breathing.
Does anybody know this guy?
My name is Lieutenant Nicholas Starkey.
Find it, superimpose it on the map, find it.
How do we face the terrifying spectacle of Nick Starkey? What he may do, what he may not do. Whoop-de-doo and la-di-da. I don't work for you, you work for me.
Get it? No matter what the mayor says.
Did you miss me? So, did Nick agree without a fuss? No. I'll let him cook dinner for my wife tonight. What do you think?
I hate it.
I understand you had dinner with Nick.
I think he's much more interested right now in your daughter.
What are you talking about?
Just look at your cigar and think of your daughter.
The January Man. Murder, corruption, comedy. What a way to start the year.
Someday when people look at me, they'll say, there goes Roy Hobbs, the best there ever was.
Robert Redford in The Natural. The story of a father and a son.
You got a gift, Roy, but it's not enough.
Of love.
He means the world to me.
And desire.
I'm not waiting for true love to come along, Roy.
A champion.
A Roy Hobbs comes along once, maybe twice in everybody's lifetime.
And his destiny.
With or without the records, they'll remember you.
Best there is now, and best there ever will be.
I wouldn't bet against me.
I already have.
Robert Redford, The Natural.
Three-point field goal attempt. The Owls from 2.
A classic in the making, live from McGonigle Hall. A flat-footed tie at 33. LaSalle and Temple. Larry Rosen, Ed Stefanski with you live from McGonigle Hall. Eddie, you talked to Speedy Morris, upset with the way the half closed. John Chaney's got to be real happy with the tie.
Yeah, I think John Chaney, when you're down 12 and make a run like that with Donald Hodge in foul trouble on the bench, I think he's got to be extremely happy. They got in the flow. In the beginning, I think Mick Kilgore was very nervous. It was nice to see he got a three-point chance at the end. So I think maybe it'll come out. It's going to be a war down the stretch there. I mean, LaSalle could have put him away in the first half possibly, but only shot 30% from the floor. LaSalle's got to shoot the basketball well in order to win the game.
Well, one guy that shot the ball especially well was Lionel Simmons. He only shot 5 times, made 4 of them, including a couple from distance.
Well, right there, he's been getting the 3, and we saw him shoot the 3s, 2 for 2 from the three-point line. He's made a couple of good moves coming back to the basket. He got it, but 11 shots for Randy Woods. Watch Randy Woods here on real nice defense there on the post and pushes it hard with the basketball, beats Mark Macon to the basket. Now, Randy Woods is 3 for 11. I don't think he should have 11 shots if Lionel Simmons is having 5. That's the problem I have right there.
Here's another shot from Lionel, courtesy of Randy Woods. This is showtime.
A good, nice lob pass. Lionel Simmons gets up there, so give 1 point to Randy Woods, 1 to Lionel Simmons.
And Simmons with 11 to lead all scorers. 7 for Woods, as Eddie mentioned, on 3 of 11 shooting, and 5 for Bob Johnson off the bench. Meantime, the Temple Owls, of course, led by that man, Mark Macon, with 16 first-half points, 7 for 14. Sensational in the first half, especially from deep.
Well, Mark Macon's trying to get his shot he's looking for. He's 7 for 14 here in the first half, 50%, but there's a nice look by Duane Causwell to find a Mark Macon, shooting the ball well, and he's trying to really go one-on-one, whoever's covering him here in the first half. Now here's going to try to break down on Woods. There's just a ball fake, real good. Randy Woods didn't know which way to go, and again, he hits from 3-point.
And the Owls have to get some inside offense. Here's what Duane Causwell can give you, 3 for 4 down low.
But when Duane Causwell's in there low, he makes a good move. Levers is just stuck there, and there's the jam. That's a good percentage shot.
Indeed it is. Not real good scoring balance as Mark Macon, the hero, with 16 first-half points, 6 boards. Causwell with 6, Strickland with 4, and Donald Hodge had the early foul trouble, so he's got 4 points as well. So we're tied at 33 here at halftime. The stats, as Eddie mentioned, LaSalle shooting only 31%. Temple shoots about 42% for the year, so a real good first half. And Eddie, the turnovers really mounting.
It's amazing. 10 turnovers for John Chaney coach team. Again, give credit to LaSalle. Real good defense. Only 20% free throws for Temple. Temple is lucky in a sense to be tied because with the 10 turnovers and shooting 20% from the foul line, they could have the deficit. Could be 10, 12 points.
Is there anything special the coaches have learned from what they've seen the first 20 minutes to put in the play right away?
Well, I wouldn't want to be Doug Overton in the LaSalle locker room after that. I'd rather be anybody. I think, again, Speedy was happy with the way they played early, and then they just got out of it. Again, I don't think it's just Doug Overton. I think Randy Woods, a lot of them are shooting quickly. A little bit of selfish basketball there down the stretch for LaSalle. They were very good in the beginning. That man, John Chaney, I'm sure is saying to him, hey, let's go in there. We got to pressure the outside shooters. LaSalle's going to shoot them. You can't give them the shot because they're going to bury a few of them.
That man, a 78.2% winning percentage, the second highest in Division I basketball behind only Jerry Tarkanian, and has his club tied at halftime. Remember to join us this month on Prism. Tom Heinsohn, Jim Barniak's special guest on Sports Scrapbook. Going to talk some good hoop with Tom Heinsohn with Jim Barniak on Sports Scrapbook. The second 100 shows is underway for Jim Barniak. Another sellout at Temple. The Owls have won 27 consecutive home games here at McGonigle Hall, the third longest streak in the nation. And LaSalle hoping to break it en route to a top 15 ranking.
But as we talked earlier, when LaSalle came out in the first 10 minutes of the game, they were moving that ball against Temple's zone, getting a wide open shot. Did it mean 3, 4, 5 passes before they got it? In the second 10 minutes, they came down and they were just going a lot one-on-one, looking for their own, looking for points. Again, LaSalle is such a good team with 4 real good shooters. If they're patient, someone's going to be open against Temple's zone.
How about the way it's been officiated thus far? They let them play?
Oh, yeah, I love it. This is the type of game. I mean, you got to let them play. If you didn't let them play right now, Randy Woods is chesting Mark Macon, and we haven't got the ball yet. So if you didn't let them play, both those guys would be out of the game.
That's wonderful to watch. Randy Woods about 4 inches shorter, and Mark Macon just wandering around the perimeter. Randy Woods right up in his chest. So you know it's either a box and one. Looks like a box and one.
That's what it is. It's a box and one with Randy Woods playing man-to-man on Mark Macon. Now, before Mark Macon in the Penn game took himself out and didn't really get in the offense. Let's see if he tries. They try to screen for him and get him in the offense.
Yeah, they'll double screen with Causwell and Hodge. Mark with a bit of a smile on his face.
It was on the stat sheet. Speedy saw it, 16 points.
Great steal, Woods to Simmons. Here they come. The box causes a turnover. Woods pulls up on the wing to Hurd. Reverses.
Wow, and Jack Hurd, it's the only shot he could have done because he used the basket to protect himself from Duane Causwell knocking it down and got the reverse layup. A 2-point advantage for LaSalle early.
And Kilgore and or Harden have to step up, I would think, as shooters in the box and one.
Somebody's going to be open again. John Chaney has to make a decision to try to get Macon open, or Kilgore, Harden are going to have the shots outside.
Harden had it, didn't take it. So here's the X factor from Speedy Morris, the box and one with Randy Woods chasing that man, Mark Macon. Mark spins through the double team off the side. Causwell has it.
And with the shot with Macon's miss, they got to try to rebound the basketball there. Again, Causwell was blocked out, but the high rebound just came right back to him.
3-2 matchup zone played by Temple. Overton penetrates, pulls up.
That's a real smooth move by Doug Overton. Again, he must have got really reamed at halftime, but he comes right out, makes the penetration, and hits the easy jumper.
And again, pulled off and took the medium-range shot. There's the double screen for Macon.
And they're going to overload one side here. Leave Macon all by himself on one side. See if they go to the other side.
Hodge is open. Back to the basket. Michael Harden with all the time in the world.
See, they're out of sync. Definitely a good move by Speedy Morris because Temple is out of sync offensively right here. Harden had the shots. Got to hit him.
Hurd for three. In and out.
And they're waiting for Jackie Hurd to get off. In this season, he's been a very good shooter last year. Just hasn't found the range right there. In and out for Jackie Hurd.
Jack only 8 out of 36, about 22% from three-point range. The post up is Causwell. The immediate double team arrives. Got to keep the ball hot. Hodge open on the baseline. Has it.
See, Hodge got to make that shot right there. If they move it quickly, Hodge's going to get the open shot. You can shoot it from there.
Now he's got it. Takes the baby dribble. Makes a bad pass. 2-on-2. Overton with Woods. What do you know, Randy? Finds Jackie Hurd on the weak side. And Hurd just dribbles it off his foot for Donald Hodge. Jackie Hurd surprised like I was that Randy Woods didn't spot up with that one. Hodge close. High ball game.
Well, Mick Kilgore could have got away with one. He was wide open for this shot. He elected to not take it and found Hodge inside. But I think John Chaney doesn't mind that shot right there, especially against this box and one, the first open jumper. You got to try to hit it.
4 men on the perimeter again for LaSalle. Only Levers down low, and he's 12, 14 feet out off the post.
They're trying to match up, and LaSalle sending guys through. There's Hurd wide open.
That'll be a foul. Lionel Simmons climbing the back of Donald Hodge. And Jackie Hurd's going to get a seat on the bench for missing those 3 shots for Bobby Johnson.
They were very good shots. I mean, again, Jack Hurd just can't get the range. He thinks maybe Speedy Morris thinks Bobby Johnson can get it there. He pats him on the back, says, hey, you got to just make those shots. Now Bobby Johnson will go in. He'll get those wide open jumpers.
Still a box and one. Randy Woods staring at the chest of Mark Macon, 25 feet out. High post Hodge. One dribble, drop step, in and out. And Chaney appears content to play 4-on-4 basketball a little bit.
That's to LaSalle's advantage.
Simmons gets Causwell in the air. Beauty.
Oh, that's real nice by Lionel Simmons. Using the basketball. Duane Causwell went for the block, and he just a little running hook there.
Lionel playing really within himself. Really under control tonight, 5 for 6. Again, Hodge on the high post. Turns the other way.
Yeah, Donald Hodge can play the game of basketball. He can put the ball on the foot. So he's the guy that's going to hurt LaSalle in this box and one. He's the go-to guy early.
Again, Temple extending the defense on the perimeter a little bit. Matching up on the guards. Simmons right around Hodge, right over Causwell, and goes to the foul line.
Mismatch. Donald Hodge coming out on Lionel Simmons, and he has to play a man-to-man principles. And when the coach will say is go baseline, never let a guy go baseline. Take that out of bounds. Put your foot on that baseline. Make him go out of bounds. Come back to our help defense. He now went baseline. I killed Temple. Duane Causwell had to come over, bad angle. Lionel Simmons knows what to do with the basketball.
He'll either get 2 or the foul or both. Duane Causwell, his second foul. Lionel would like to improve his free throw shooting. Got the first. Lionel did not shoot very well the first 4 or 5 basketball games of the season, contributed in other ways until he got his offense together in the Sugar Bowl tournament, where he won the MVP award in an in-season tournament for the 5th time in his career. Needs 2 here.
There's a lot of plaques or trophies at his end.
Going to be some more for that young man. High post Hodge again. And Macon and Woods are just 20, 25 feet off the ball, having their own kind of a game.
And Overton's got to help out on Hodge.
Causwell keeps it alive. Collects, misses. Tough pull, Milko Levers. The out fans wanted to walk, but it looked like he dropped the basketball. Woods thinks about 3.
That's a good decision, Randy Woods. He can get it again.
Why not?
I don't know about that one, though.
Levers throws it away to Harden. Has Macon in the open floor. Gives it to him. And Kilgore can't get it down. And here comes Woods with Simmons. spins, and a floor foul called on either Macon or Causwell. I think it's Causwell. It'll be his third.
And he's not happy, but what a nice catch by Simmons. And then when Macon comes from the steal, Simmons just uses his body. Watch how Lionel Simmons will just use his body to hold off Macon. Good spin move. Gets him on the body. Not much of a call.
But they will put Duane on the bench.
That's going to really hurt Temple with his boxing one because Hodge has been looking for, but he's done a terrific job. Duane Causwell trying to go to the offensive glass if they miss.
Simmons wide open for three, his third of the night. That is smooth as silk for the big guy, who is now 12 for 20, 60% on the year from three-point range.
And again, good shooting background here at McGonigle. It's not a vast arena where you have 20,000 people and not a good backdrop for the shooters.
Lionel has 7 of LaSalle's 9 points in the second half. Strickland posted on Simmons.
Maybe that's where we want Mark Strickland. We talked that he's been a perimeter player. He's not a real good outside shooter. He's used to playing with his back to the basket. Right there, he gets the 2.
A nice look from Hodge. Levers with his back to the basket. Nobody near him. Why not from 16? Milko Levers his first bucket.
Well, things are now starting to go LaSalle's way. They're a little bit better than the 30% shooting teams now. Milko Levers, who doesn't shoot the ball real well, gets his third point.
Milko from Amsterdam. His parents in attendance here at McGonigle Hall made the trip across the ocean to see their son play. Hodge in the paint, double team, short, rebound Strickland.
Yeah, Mark Strickland, I think, likes it inside there. He said, I don't know if I like those three-point jumpers where people not covering me inside. I can use my quickness and I can jump out of the building.
LaSalle spreads the floor once more. Johnson right around Hodge, brings it back out front. 3-point LaSalle lead. We played just over 7 minutes second half at McGonigle Hall. Overton with the left. It's Woods with Donald Hodge all the way out on him. A set shot just about, and making the pull. Ahead of the pack is Hodge. And Randy Woods saves the bucket. There's a great foul for Randy Woods as Donald faked once to let Bob Johnson go by.
But Randy Woods created a Cardinal spin. He took the shot, not a real good shot. Did not get back on defense either. Doug Overton trying to stop the basketball. They see Overton coming fast, Woods, and gets a good foul. Doesn't let him get the three-point chance. But he did not get back on defense. Not good floor bounce by LaSalle in that exchange.
Donald Hodge, an All-American first team out of Coolidge High School in Washington, D.C. a couple of years ago. Sat out last year due to Prop 48. And has been coming on game by game for John Chaney. This is the free throw.
A lot of free throws missed by Temple.
He misses a pair. The Owls 1 for 7 from the free throw line as Hodge is now 0 for 2. Hurd back in the ball game, not shy. Tough rebound, Donald Hodge. Good body on Milko Levers. Kilgore with his head up, has Harden top of the key.
And that's got to be a confidence builder from Michael Harden. A good two-man exchange here. Kilgore brought the LaSalle defense to him, hit Michael Harden. Now that pumps Michael Harden up. That's what Temple needs. They need another guy that can hit from the outside.
Michael only 3 of 18 from distance coming in tonight. Johnson answers. Long, and here's Harden between the legs. He's into it now. Head is high. Wants it again.
That's a real nice play by Michael Harden. The 6'2" junior from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, pushes the dribble pressure-wise and gets the shot.
And the Owls have run off a quick 7 points. Speedy Morris is taking a timeout. We're back in a moment.
Returns from LaSalle University lineup.
Catch me drive slow on the driveway. So it's only 28 miles on the odometer since I drove it a week ago last Saturday. It should be more than 28 miles.
What is this? Who is this guy?
Raymond is your brother.
My brother? I don't have a brother.
Dustin Hoffman. Tom Cruise. In an Oscar-winning film by director Barry Levinson. Rain Man.
Thank you. And so, Mayor, these swiftly flowing currents create energy, which in turn creates power, which in turn brings electric light to every house in the valley. That's very impressive, Calvin. Thank you, sir.
But the contract calls for bringing Bud Light to the valet.
No wonder we're over budget.
Bud Light won't fill you up, never lets you down.
Which in turn keeps the Bud Light cold.
Everything else is just a light.
Well, that's Stefanski. You're a shooter, or were a shooter anyway. What happens when you make that first one like Michael Harden?
Well, it's got to feel great for Michael Harden because LaSalle's not covering him. He's wide open. They're saying shoot the basketball right there. Real nice form. Gets the three. He's come back down defense real pumped up. Right now, he's got a lot of enthusiasm and confidence. He powers dribble, does not over-penetrate. That's a tough shot, picking it up from 12 feet, picking the dribble up and making the power shot. Now, what's nice about Michael Harden, this kid came from Baton Rouge, Louisiana, sat out. He told me the other day, he said, I played in the style. I ran up and down the court. I come in, Coach Chaney now. It's a different system. It's taken me a while, but he says I feel comfortable more and more each day of practice. He says, and I got to do what the man says, and the man's John Chaney. So I'm sure the teacher right now is happy with his play.
The Owls a 2-point lead. Matching up on the perimeter.
And we have a little man-to-man here by Temple in that timeout because they went through. I think it's man-to-man.
If it's man-to-man, Macon's got Simmons. I think they're just matching up.
I think they're going through. Guys went through. They went with him. Michael Harden's now in Overton. And I think Speedy they didn't recognize it yet.
Levos down high, throws it away.
They definitely changed up John Chaney right there. They either stayed in the zone in the first cutter through, they went man-to-man, but they changed up. Good move by Temple because that created the turnover.
Kilgore's open. Here comes Overton, 4-on-2. Simmons, top of the key, bounces for Hurd, fouled by Macon.
But there you go, Lionel Simmons, power dribble down the court. Again, could have gone to the basket himself. Unselfish play, saw his teammate wide open with the bounce pass.
And the foul is on number 12, Mark Macon. That is his second.
It's a weird game so far.
Yeah,
Very weird.
I was going to say, interesting kind of a chess match.
Well, you know, LaSalle just took them to the cleaners the first 10 minutes. Then the second half, Temple just took LaSalle. And now here, Temple has a lot of confidence. You believe in McGonigle, they would. But first half was all LaSalle early.
Jack Hurd. He was the MAC Freshman of the Year a year ago, as Eddie said earlier. Has had a tough time adjusting to a new role with Randy Woods on the floor. The shots have not been there for Jack. Another flat-footed tie. It's been 15-15, first 9 minutes, second half, tied at 48.
Temple, they'd like to get Temple past half court and trap right away. Temple easy just getting the ball past half court.
And back to the box and one, no, straight man-to-man. Harding looking offensive.
Well, again, Michael Harden said, I know I can play this game. I'm right there. He makes good penetration. Not real good defense by Doug Overton, and Speedy Morris is going to tell him right now, you have to stop the penetration.
And in high school, it was not unusual for that man to get 20, 25 shots a night. It's not like that for John Chaney. It's taken him a couple of years. Had a double-figure performance against Duquesne. 11 points, his best game as an Owl. The last time out, December 23rd.
And I don't think it's any secret. If Temple's going to beat the upper echelon team like LaSalle tonight, Michael Harden's got to play and be effective. He has not been effective in some games. So far in this last stretch, he is an effective player.
Oh, the poor free throw shooting continues for the Owls. I believe they are 1 for 9. 1 for 9 from the foul line. Hurd for 3. Tough night, Jack Hurd. He's talking to himself on the way up the floor.
And he's a shooter. He's not going to stop. He's going to keep going. We saw Breezewick here a couple of years ago. Was like 0 for 11 and made the last 3 to beat LaSalle here. So what are they in now? Straight man-to-man.
Again, Randy Woods with his eyes staring at the chest of Mark Macon. Mark kind of posted. And Harden will try the other side. And Duane Causwell on the bench with 3 fouls.
Does Mark know they're in a man-to-man? He's just
they're playing a 2-man game with Hodge. Donald will go to the middle, to the bucket. Strickland had it in his hands and lost it. Doug Overton has Lionel top of the key. His 4th three-pointer.
Wow. John Chaney looks on, and I'm sure he doesn't want to make it, but I'm also saying he's probably admiring this kid's game. Lionel Simmons is, as you said earlier, playing within himself and just taking what's given to him.
And quietly, he's mounted 21 points on 7 for 8 shooting, 9 rebounds. Reach around foul, Milko Levers. Those are some great numbers, buddy. 21 points, 7 for 8, 9 boards, and he's 4 for 4 from three-point distance.
With a bad, sore tooth.
Drinking milkshakes for dinner last night.
Here we go. Salle will zone underneath the basket. Temple normally just tries to get the ball back into bounds and set it back up.
And Michael Hart and Mark Macon reading and recognizing. Mark calls out zone. They go to their zone offense. And Macon will come on through. Get the screen from Kilgore and take the basketball. Causwell, by the way, back in the game for Strickland with 3 fouls and 9 minutes remaining. There's Duane, 14 feet out, pumps it long. Kilgore, tough board, foul Jack Hurd.
And we have to say, Mark Strickland did a nice job for John Chaney when he was in there with Duane Causwell on the bench. Again, second shots hurt. But you got Mick Kilgore, who likes to play guard, swing forward, 6'9". He likes to go inside and rebound the ball, 6'8", whatever he is.
He's still growing. Inbounds play for Macon, misses a layup.
He missed foul shots, and they're a wide open layup.
Overton has Hurd for 3. This time, it's off the heel.
And there goes Speedy's tie.
And the shirt's out of the pants. The jacket's off. The tie's gone. And there's 8.5 minutes remaining. Macon double team. Hurd will back off. Hart looked for a posted Hodge, fronted by Simmons. So it's Causwell on the other side. One dribble, the jumper. Foul Levers. And that's 4 on Milko. We'll get Bron Holland off the LaSalle bench instantly. There he comes. And Milko Levers will sit down. By the way, Mark Macon is scoreless in 11.5 minutes in the second half, yet the Owls are right there.
Well, again, Speedy Morris did the right thing going box to 1, got him out of sync, but the other Temple players came up and gave a contribution, and they got to because all the teams know you got to take Mark Macon away. If they take Mark Macon away, the other guys got to contribute. So you got to be happy if you're a Temple fan of Harden's play here in the second half and Strickland, who went to the bench.
What an unbelievable stat. 1 for 9 from the free throw line as Causwell attempts the 10th and virtually doubles the percentage. The Owls set up also to zone press off the made free throw should Causwell knock down the second. And we'll see pressure. No. A 1-point LaSalle lead.
Well, let's see what they're in. They match up. I think they're straight man-to-man. No, they're taking the first guy through, but they're trying to match up and go with, when people cut through LaSalle, they're trying to stay with them a little bit longer than they were before.
But they'll exchange in the post off the big people. Jack Hurd on the perimeter. Double team Macon, foul Mark Macon, and Mark can't believe it.
John Chaney's definitely changed up here in the second half, at least going through with the cutter a little bit more man-to-man, staying in the zone, but showing some man-to-man principles when the guy cuts through the zone. Their defense has been better in the second half against this LaSalle offense.
And Randy Woods has been silent in half number 2. And Overton just 1 bucket. That's a bad foul and an elbow thrown by Randy Woods. Michael Harden goes to play peacemaker, but Randy's having none of that.
Well, again, Randy Woods has just got to calm down because Harden was just going for the basketball there, and if that gets him riled, you just got to play the game and not get worried about the extracurricular activities.
So, we've got 7 minutes, 53 seconds remaining at McGonigle Hall. LaSalle Explorers holding a 1-point lead. Coming back in a moment.
It's the only show of its kind. A weekly update on the latest news from around the National Hockey League. It's Power Stick Hockey Week, hosted by Mike Emmer. It's the big plays, the players making news, and all the news from around the NHL. A week's worth packed into 30 minutes of excitement. Join us this week for the latest edition of the Power Stick Hockey Week, a show you can't get anywhere else. Get it only
on Prism.
Some people think it's crazy to drive a car over 200 miles an hour. But I'll tell you what crazy is. Crazy is driving any car when you've had too much to drink. So please, don't drink and drive.
A reminder from Budweiser.
A real winner knows how to party right. Please use good sense when you drink and know when to say when. A reminder from your friends at Anheuser-Busch.
Well, LaSalle holding a 1-point advantage, and this is some kind of game with the non-conference games remaining for LaSalle. Loyola-Marymount, top 25 team in the nation. We'll see them tomorrow night at St. Joe Fieldhouse on Prism. And then they got Notre Dame. Digger Phelps comes in town, and again, we see St. Joe February 12th against the Explorers. A lot of people talking about that undefeated. I don't know about that.
Well, they got to get past the next 8 minutes. Temple always plays a very difficult non-conference schedule, likely due to the Atlantic 10, but now the Atlantic 10's getting better, so the overall schedule is incredible. NC State to follow, UNLV and the like, Georgia Tech, which is undefeated, and of course, we will close our Big Five City Series with Temple-Villanova February 21st.
And if they can match that same game 2 years ago, Temple-Villanova at McGonigle, what kind of game?
Game of the decade. A 98-86 Temple Owl victory. Overton for three.
Big shot by Doug Overton, an 8-point. LaSalle needed something offensively. Causwell, the big guy, couldn't get out in time.
Straight man-to-man, Eddie?
Yeah, straight man-to-man. They got to go to Macon's side.
Causwell trying to set a screen, but Randy Woods too quick, gets around it. Simmons a great job fronting on Hodge. So it's Causwell. Dribbles, 12-footer, in and out.
Lionel Simmons, big rebounds a couple times down the floor here.
And Don Holland, a great job pushing Duane Causwell just outside his range.
Now, Mark Macon's trying to find out where Lionel Simmons is in this 2-3 zone of Temple.
Here goes Dougie, 16 feet out, walks. As he had a wide open passing lane for a layup down low, but his pivot foot went out from under him.
Speedy told Mickey Crowley he didn't really like his Christmas gift, I think, that Mickey might have sent him.
Yeah, at least they'll get rid of the wet spot that caused the turnover. Again, Mark Macon still scoreless in half number 2 after having 16 in the first. Has missed 3 shots, including a wide open layup off the out of bounds. Now we'll see if the straight man-to-man means Mark Macon. Interesting, the entire Owls offense looks to the bench right here as John Chaney calls a triple stack.
It's going to try to post up Macon on the one side.
With Randy Woods. And Woods won't have any of it. Now he comes around a Hodge screen for 3. Causwell comes from out of bounds, misses a layup.
Well, real nice effort by Duane Causwell because Brian Howell had him literally out of bounds when the blockout came from in, got the rebound, just couldn't get the layup, and Lionel Simmons again with the rebound.
This is the one-up play with 4 men across the 20-foot line and Doug Overton. And it leads to a wide-open 3 usually. This time it's Jack Hurds.
And
Jackie,
again,
there it is.
You got to give the kid credit. He constantly kept shooting, and now with that 3-point, he gives a 7-point LaSalle advantage. But Jackie Hurd did not stop shooting, and Speedy Morris didn't take him out of the game.
So Doug Overton a 3, Jack Hurd a 3. Now it's a 7-point lead. Mark Macon goes 1 on 4, and Randy Woods is called for the foul. Little bunny hop.
Better watch himself because Mickey Crowley will catch him with a T if he doesn't calm down.
Excitable boy, they all say. Randy just his 2nd personal. And LaSalle, that's actually his 3rd personal foul, and it's the 6th or 7th. It should be the 7th by our count. Bob Windheim's got 7, and he's never wrong. Look at Randy Woods shoving his teammate Doug Overton. I don't need any of your stuff either, Dougie. Now Lionel Simmons trying to calm him down.
Right there, you just say, yes, sir, to Mickey Crowley and get it over with. That's all you got to say to make it cry. Yes, sir, and it's over.
Mickey, one of the best in the business. Here's Macon looking for his first point at half number 2. Unbelievable. The Owls now 3 for 12 from free throw. Down 7.
Straight man-to-man now.
Macon with Overton. Duane Causwell's going to have trouble staying with Lionel. Good look for Holland.
That was a straight man-to-man. It was a good set run by LaSalle on 1-4. They got it to Brian Holland. Good defense by Nick Kilgore to get back in there, slap it away. Now they're going man-to-man on the out-of-bounds play.
Going to change in matchups. Because now Macon's got Simmons. And they're zoning up.
Yeah, they come back to zone.
Jack Hurd tries to go behind the back on Kilgore from 12. Holland, tough board, pulls it out for a Woods 3. That's off target. But there's Lionel. And Brian Holland picks up the loose change. And
going LaSalle's way, the 6-point right there. Not a real good shot by Simmons, Paul Causwell, but Brian Holland on the weak side to put it back in.
The run is at 8 points now. At 59-50. Causwell faces. Leans in and fires around and out.
How about Lionel Simmons? Like every rebound, the defensive rebound the last 4 or 5 times, scary. The kid's gotten every one.
He's got 13 boards.
Now they're going to spread him out a 4-corner set. Temple going straight man-to-man. They're going to try to isolate Overton, Woods, Simmons on their man.
Woods goes around Kilgore, who rides him down the lane. Team foul number 6 on Temple. Personal foul number 3 on Kilgore. And LaSalle is tough to catch with a lead down the stretch.
Not a bad idea. They're not in the 1-on-1 yet, so Kilgore was going for the steal. Tough matchup, though, Nick Kilgore on Randy Woods. Maybe have to make some personnel changes here if they're going to go straight man-to-man, Temple is.
Harden steals a weak inbounds pass. Will go on Doug Overton and miss another layup. Hodge on the glass. John Chaney wants a timeout. Do they give it to him? Yes, they will. With 4:02 remaining. Donald Hodge powers down the offensive rebound. And the lead is at 7.
You know, you want to say big points, maybe huge points. They're down 9, 4 minutes and 2 seconds to go. If LaSalle gets it, they may get the 3 or the 2. It's a big swing now. And also John Chaney gets his timeout to set up his defense. Maybe some pressure against LaSalle. But he looks like he would have to stay man-to-man definitely. He gets a steal here or something, he can maybe go back in the matchup. But eventually, with only 4 minutes to go, John Chaney will have to go straight man-to-man. Can that lineup with the big guys in there stay with LaSalle? I think he's going to make some personnel changes.
They're certainly going to have to help out, give somebody help on Lionel Simmons, because with that lineup, either Causwell or Hodge has Simmons.
But, you know, they may need, well, you look at Temple looking in right there. There's Dean DeMopoulos, the assistant coach, helping John Chaney.
Let's see if we can catch a little of the action down there with John.
I want you to go get Lawrence, man. You in the 3-stack.
Just out of our range of our audio. John describing something that involves a double low post.
Mark is in here. You drop it, go get him. And then come back here,
There's John Chaney looking for a double low post.
Temple maybe looked bad the last 2 or 3 years. I said, that guy's got to go man-to-man. They're going to get killed. They had it 2 years ago, 3 years ago to LaSalle. They still beat them. That's why 78% wins, and I don't have any.
Here's full court man-to-man pressure. And Jack Hurd just finds Brian Holland in time.
Great man-to-man.
Just over the timeline in time. And Kilgore fails to cut off baseline. Eddie, you made that point earlier tonight.
Drives a coach crazy on the baseline. He's saying right now the first thing is when you go to defend the offensive player, go baseline. Put your foot on the out of bounds. The guy's got to go back into the middle. But again, quickness there. Mick Kilgore was not down in the stance. He's standing straight up and down, and they went right by him.
It's Jack Hurd on the line.
Jack Hurd, number 25 on the line. 1-1, plenty of scorers.
He's in double figures. And Jack made a big 3 that stretched the lead to 56-50 and gave him his confidence back.
He can get back the 2 points that he gave away with the bad pass right here. That's what he wants to do.
Two for two. Michael Harden looks over Doug Overton in a man-to-man. Mark Macon's going to have to do it alone now.
He's got to swing it quickly.
Fade away from three off the heel. Kilgore the offensive rebound. Harden's open. Again, Causwell 12 feet out. Drop step and one.
That's a big-time move by Duane Causwell. As you said, the drop step over Brian Holland's leg to trap him. Watch as he catches the basketball. He'll take his right leg, trap right there Brian Holland. He can't get him. Makes the nice shot and has a three-point opportunity. It's too early in the contest, 3-22. They're only down 7. Temple for Macon to try to force his shots a little bit there. He's got to swing the ball and try to get in the big guy. They bring him inside out. If because they collapse him, Macon can get his shot.
Nick Kilgore goes to the bench in favor of John Connick. And Causwell cuts the lead to 6. And we've got the clock not operating. There it starts up a few seconds late. An inadvertent horn. Now they're going to stop play.
This is going to kill Speedy Morris.
Well, the clock did fire up. It just was about 2 seconds short. And we'll take a break as well. We'll step aside. The Explorers holding a marginal lead.
What is it, Nick? You need some chapstick or something? Because your lips keep getting stuck on your teeth. Or is that your idea of a smile?
Let's not discuss my business or his business or your business, okay?
But that leaves us with nothing to talk about.
Well, your friend is not going to get away with what he's gotten away with for 15 years.
My phones have funny little noises on them. You're setting me up, Nick. So if I asked you out, maybe you'd accept.
Dating is not a criminal activity, Mr. McHugh. You're a bad boy, Nick. You're a very bad boy. I didn't mean to hurt you.
Just looking at you hurts more.
You are in the wrong place at the wrong time.
You lied to me. You wouldn't shoot me over money.
Oh, that's a lot of money. What's it gonna be, Nick?
Mel Gibson, Michelle Pfeiffer, Kurt Russell, Tequila Sunrise.
We're back. Speedy Morris looking for his 8th consecutive win without a defeat this year. And his first win ever over John Chaney. Jerry Donahue stopping over at our table. They're trying to determine exactly whose timeout it was. And I believe they're going to charge that as a television timeout. It won't come off either team's total. And Randy Simon, our producer, says, we have 2 timeouts left. We get tired. Call one. You got a 5-second count going, Eddie. Just give me the timeout time. And now the delay game.
Oh, Brian Holland was wide open right there. Temple's got to know what they're doing here man-to-man or they're going to get layups this out. They got to watch the post man.
And they use Lionel to trigger the delay game and then bring their guards off it. Overton rims out. John Connick skies for the board. Big possession, Temple. Against a straight man-to-man. Macon off the ball movement. Hits the 4-footer. Great look from Donald Hodge.
Macon uses his body very quickly, makes the move to the basket.
His first points of the second half, he's got 18. And there's your story. Woods with Macon. Almost palms the basketball, but hands off to Simmons.
There's a good matchup.
Hart looks for the steal. Shot clock at 18 now. Lionel will go on Macon. Fades and fires off target. Big rebound, Causwell.
And Speedy Morris wanted a foul. He said Mark Macon was bodying, but it's Temple's ball down 4.
Freshman John Connick, a wild three, but Hodge is there. Foul by Simmons.
Real good positioning there by Donald Hodge or Lionel Simmons. He saw the shot by Connick go up. Watch Hodge try to get position. Here he is, 35. He rolls right on Lionel Simmons, gets him on his back. Good position by Donald Hodge, and there's the foul by Lionel Simmons.
Here's Hodge. Has missed a pair at the line tonight, but that's, he's not alone. The Temple Owls are 5 for 12 from the free throw line. Big ones for Donald.
And that puts him right there down only 3, excuse me. That'll give him the 3-point. Only one possession can tie it.
We've got a substitution. Milko Levers and his 4 personal fouls will come in for Ron Holland.
Now lineup replaces Ron Holland.
Now let's see what Temple goes. If this goes in, it'll be 2 points. Let's see if Temple stays in the man-to-man. The man-to-man brought him back here.
Surprise, John Connick on the floor. Mick Kilgore on the bench for John Chaney. It's good. And Connick's man-to-man with Doug Overton. Lionel Simmons cracks back to the basketball. And now Mark Macon and Doug Overton.
Now Hodge has Lionel Simmons. The 7-footer's going to try to cover Lionel Simmons. That's a tough matchup for Temple.
Mark Macon strips. But Doug Overton recovers for Simmons. Jack Hurd for 3. Short. Causwell.
Oh boy, 2-point game too.
And John Chaney had his hands up, but no timeout call. Now Duane Causwell calls the timeout, and John Chaney didn't want the timeout. But Duane Causwell called it.
Well, he's going to take it. Maybe not a bad decision by Duane Causwell. Call the timeout. The only problem is now you get the ball sideline out of bounds. They can set up a pressure defense. The first thing he's got to do is say, we've got to get the ball inbounds and then set up the offense, boy. But a nice comeback.
On your feet. Don't go for any fake.
That's John Chaney's voice.
He's going to stop and sweep it across, and he's going to look for the foul before he shoots. He always makes a fake before he shoots. Is that clear? You stay down. You guys stay on the board. You stay on the board. Big man on the high forward. Drop down. If the guy starts to drive, you got it. Is that clear? On the offense, we come down and run. Now a guard run the 2-man game with Wayne and Mark. Wayne and Mark. On this play.
We can, we're going to go over and check Speedy Morris's huddle.
He's better than these guys. Come on. Let's find a way to win.
Well, we didn't catch much out of Speedy Morris, but as I understand John Chaney's lingo, the guard run is a perimeter move for his 3 guards, which will eventually lead to a 2-man post-up game between Mark Macon and Duane Causwell.
Their 2 best players, you know, the 2 junior and senior, they're going to go a 2-man game on that side. What's going to happen is LaSalle's going to slough off on Kilgore or Connick is in the game. They're going to slough off on Connick or Harden.
First, you got to get the ball in bounds, and Duane Causwell is the pressure release, and it's Michael Harden.
So let's see what Overton does with Harden if he leaves him once he picks the dribble up.
Shot clock's at 25. Macon pops out, looks for Causwell. Macon will do it alone. Blocked by Simmons. And John Connick lets it roll out of bounds. Fresh 45. That college rule that I know you don't like a whole lot.
Well, that was a good defensive play. Temple gets rewarded a little bit by 45. 52 on the clock, 45 on the 45-second clock.
John Chaney has Mark Macon. Will go right to the hole. Gets the roll. We're tied.
Got the shooter's roll. Went baseline again.
There is 1 second differential between the game clock. No, now they've turned the shot clock off. The shot clock is off. LaSalle can hold for 1. This is their delay game.
Well, when you're in someone else's building and you have a chance to win it with a shot, you might do that as opposed to trying to go early. Chaney wants him to come out and get a 5-second violation, but Kilgore's got to cover him. He's got to come closer to him and defend him.
Now, John Chaney reminds his team that Lionel Simmons likes to pump fake. See if that comes in, and a foul is called off the ball. Off the ball foul called with 11 seconds to go, and John Chaney is apoplectic at his end of the floor.
And Jerry Dunnigan just gave a stare down there, and I think John realizes he can't go too crazy on this. He can't afford a technical foul, but off the ball foul on Lionel Simmons. Causwell's trying to hold him from coming out, and he is not happy with that call.
Oh, goodness. Again, 11 seconds remaining. Lionel Simmons, the All-American, will be on the foul line.
See, John has got to come down because Jerry Dunnigan, as you said, with this crew, they'll slap him with the tee. So John's got to control himself, get in the huddle, and line something up. If Lionel Simmons makes one or two, what kind of offense they want to be.
Let's check out the LaSalle huddle now.
We're ready to go. We're 55. Play the way you want. You got half on this, and they hit you from back. And he's going to force. He's going to get off that 3-pointer, right? Just do it like that.
Defense will win the game. My defense will win the game.
That's Joey Mahalik.
Every time out. That's it.
One time out. You got one more.
One left.
Don't be scary yet. Don't be scary. They're in two left. We got two left. If you make these, I got to go to a three. He makes you go to
And Speedy Morris saying Lionel will make the foul shots, then you know that Mark Macon's going to wind up with the basketball. He reminded his guards just don't let him get free. And as always, you tell your kids how many timeouts they've got. John Chaney has regained his composure. Lionel Simmons is on the foul line. Lionel, as you mentioned, a 64% free throw shooter, and this will be the ice timeout courtesy of John Chaney. Temple had 2 timeouts remaining. Now they've got just 1 as John Chaney tries to ice him. Here's a look at the upcoming Prism college basketball schedule. Loyola and St. Joseph's tomorrow, as mentioned. Jim Barniak, Jack Ramsey. January 16th, St. Joseph's in Pennsylvania. Then the men's-women's doubleheader, actually part of a Prism basketball tripleheader. The Sixers on to follow up that at the nighttime from DuPont Pavilion. And then a men's-women's Temple St. Joseph's doubleheader January 31st. Hall of Fame ceremonies for men's and women's coming up on that night as well.
The three-point opportunities doesn't really need, it's not that as important. He's going to have it, but you didn't think they're going to go to Mark Macon. He's going to be the guy, too. They got to double-team him. If Mark Macon catches the basketball, they got to double-team, let someone hit it. John Chaney's coat's off. There's that new tie, looks sharp. That coat is off.
He still can't believe the foul call. Again, Lionel Simmons, a brilliant career, a first-team All-American, has never beaten the Temple Owls in his career. The ball game's in his hands, at least right now. That's one.
And a very good loft on the foul shot right there. He got the roll. It hit the back and hit the front. So he's got to get it up there to give it a chance.
Brilliant statistics for Lionel tonight. 5 dribbles and a shot. Perfect.
Here's full court pressure to try to get the clock off a little bit at Temple.
Timeout. So John Chaney uses 3 seconds, still waving at Jerry Donahue all the way across court. Get the evil eye. With just 8 seconds remaining. Well, here's the classic question you always hear. Do you go for the tie? Do you go for the win?
Well, right here, I think with Temple at their home place, I'd just go for the tie right now. I mean, if the three presents itself because LaSalle is forcing the ball to go outside and they're dumping down on Donald Hodge and Duane Causwell, fine. I think Michael Harden or Kilgore are going to be open. You know, I mean, the other huddle, they're not stupid. They're going to try to take it away from Macon, double team him, and they're going to know the big guys. Somebody, I think Speedy will say, hey, if anybody's going to beat us, it's going to be Michael Harden or Kilgore is going to beat us. And they may have the three-point opportunity to shot.
There's the LaSalle clipboard of Speedy Morris as he's diagramming what he expects.
but 8 seconds is plenty of time. John Chaney has to get the ball in first to set up the offense, but they can't have Hodge like the last time coming all the way to half court, giving the ball back to Michael Harden to get in the offense because there is only 8. So they got to try to get the ball into Harden or Macon's hand, the guard, go right into their set for the offense.
And the classic scenario would have the shot going up with about 4 or 5.
And everybody goes to the basket. Offensive rebound. 0 timeouts for Temple, 1 for LaSalle. So no one's going anywhere. You'll see 10 guys flying to that backcourt.
And it's Mick Kilgore to trigger. And Randy Woods has Mark Macon, but he gets the basketball. Goes to Michael Harden with 5-4, 3. It's got to be Mark Macon. And there's a foul on Randy Woods. I don't believe it. Oh! It's not the same referee that called the foul.
Well, what happened there, where I think LaSalle messed up, they should have double-teamed Mark Macon with Overton. He should have come over. Temple did a nice job isolating one-on-one with Mark Macon on the side. That's tough for Randy Woods. Here, John Chaney's trying to get his troops together. So Mark Macon now goes on. We saw the All-American on one end, now we got the All-American on the other end.
Couldn't ask for any more than this. Live from McGonigle Hall. Glad you're with us for Big 5 basketball. A brilliant job for Bob Ayers, our director, Randy Simon, our producer, to share this one with you. Mark Macon can just about force overtime if he knocks down a pair of foul shots.
LaSalle has to check the big guys off. The one thing you don't want is a missed shot by Macon and they go on.
Chaney switches sides to put Causwell with Simmons and Hodge with Levers. You don't want it over the back here either. Short! No! No! It's over! The Explorers erupt! They've beaten the Owls at McGonigle Hall. What an ending. As Lionel Simmons buries a pair of free throws with 11 seconds remaining. Mark Macon makes the first, then has the second go in and out. Donald Hodge offensive rebound spills out. Duane Causwell's second attempt comes after the buzzer. And the Temple Owls have lost to LaSalle for the first time in the career of either John Chaney or Speedy Morris. Speedy ends at 0 for 3 against John Chaney. And Lionel Simmons with 23 points and 13 rebounds ices it. Here's the final foul shot. Mark Macon, front, back, around. Causwell no, she's history. And a brilliant eruption for the LaSalle team. And we'll come back, talk to Speedy Morris in a moment.
I said, put on some steaks and get the Queen a Bud Light.
Bud Light's clean, fresh taste won't fill you up, never lets you down.
Henry, they're pop-tops.
Everything else is just a light.
Yeah, we're having a problem with the car. It sounds like...
It don't sound like that. It's...
At Meineke, we can't always tell what's wrong with a car by the sound of the customer. But we can tell a lot from our free under-car inspection. We check your exhaust system, shocks, brakes, and more at no charge. We'll show you what's wrong and what's right. Then you'll know the price before any work begins.
You have a muffler for this.
So bring your car to Meineke. We'll give you a lift without taking you for a ride.
Big 5 City Series basketball on Prism has been brought to you by Budweiser, the king of beers. Remember, know when to say when. And by Meineke. It's smart to come to Meineke.
Catch me drive slow on the driveway. There's only 28 miles on the odometer since I drove it a week ago last Saturday. It should be more than 28 miles.
What is this? Who is this guy?
Raymond is your brother.
My brother? I don't have a brother.
Dustin Hoffman. Tom Cruise. In an Oscar-winning film by director Barry Levinson, Rain Man.
As you might expect, our Budweiser player of the game, senior All-American Lionel Simmons, who hit the 2 free throws to win this one, 63-62. Lionel, Speedy, and Eddie standing by courtside.
Speedy, what's a win like this at McGonigle? They don't lose very often here.
I tell you, and they're so good defensively, Eddie. I tell you, I'm proud of our kids for hanging in there. They made us look bad. You know, we missed some shots I thought we should make, but they really made us look bad. Their defense is so good, and they're going to get better as the year goes on. I think John's definitely got a definite tournament team, and you know, I wish him well. We're happy to win finally against Temple. You know, we haven't done real well here. Well, no one has. 133 and 9, or 113 and 9. That's just incredible. But these kids, they deserve all the credit. And what can I say about Lionel? He made the 2 big ones that he had to. And you know, I really feel bad for Mark because he's such a clutch player. He'll make that shot 99% of the times, and he missed it tonight, and it benefited us. But he's tough.
Jackie Hurd struggled, but you stayed with him. He's confident. He knocked a couple jumpers down when he was missing.
I'll tell you, I don't know what it is because he makes those shots. Every day in practice, we had shoot around today, and I don't think he missed. He's going to come around, but he plays so hard, and he does some good things. He definitely helped us win tonight, Eddie, even though he didn't play well.
Let me bring the guy that makes you look good. Okay, Lionel, you make Speedy look good out there, but how about the 2 free throws? I saw Mark Macon come over, talk to you a little bit, and then you said a couple too. Make it, Mark, was it?
I kind of knew that they were going to call timeout, so I prepared myself for it, and they were talking to me, Mick was talking, but once I went out to the foul line, I pretty much knew it was good.
Now we have the Meineke play of the game, and Lionel Simmons, you're the play of the game with a 3-point opportunity. You can see over here on this television, you shot the ball real well from the 3-point line.
Well, I'm very confident shooting the 3-point shot now. You know, coaches encourage me to keep shooting the 3-point shot because I'm very capable of making it, and you know, I got the opportunity a few times tonight, and fortunately they went in for me.
First time Speedy's beaten John Chaney, first time you've beaten Temple.
Well, you know, I was talking about it all week, telling it's my last opportunity to beat Temple, and to come in here where they've only lost 9 games, you know, for us to come in and to win this game, and for me to be a senior, you know, it's I'm very, very elated with that.
3 of the 4 times in your career at LaSalle, you've had them, they've gone man-to-man, and they went man-to-man again tonight, and they cut the lead on you.
Well, coach's philosophy is that if we get Temple to play man-to-man, then we should definitely win the ball game. But they have a very good team. They have Mark Macon was probably one of the top defensive players in the country. He was guarding me, and he did a real good job on me, and they were able to creep back into the game. But I think we hit some big shots when we really needed to, and that's what carried us over with the win.
A couple days of rest, and then we go with Loyola-Marymount. I'm sure you're looking forward to 2 friends of yours playing.
Yeah, Hank's up in those stands. He just waved to me. I told him to make sure he's ready because he's seen us just beat a very good Temple team. He's looking down at me smiling. So I'm looking forward to playing them. That should be a very good game also.
Well, the best of luck to you, Lionel.
Thank you very much.
Okay, Lionel Simmons, man of the game. He just did it all, Larry. And as I said, he makes Speedy's job a little bit easier.
He sure does, Ed Stefanski. Back on February the 27th, 1980, the Temple Owls came in against LaSalle with a 27-game home winning streak, and a forward named Michael Brooks broke that streak. Well, Temple again had a 27-game home winning streak, the 3rd longest in the country active, and a pretty good forward by the name of Lionel Simmons ended that streak here on the home floor with a 7 for 10 shooting performance, 23-point night, 13 rebounds, went over the 1,100 mark in his rebounding career. But the thing he'll remember, he finally got a win against John Chaney and the Temple Owls. It was a classic here at McGonigle Hall, our first Big 5 game of the 90s. Hope you enjoyed it as much as we enjoyed bringing it to you. Classic work out of Bob Ayers, our director, Randy Simon, our producer, Bob Windheim on stats. For Ed Stefanski, I'm Larry Rosen. Thanks for being with us. We'll see you soon, everybody.
Philadelphia basketball.